Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Destiny 2. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and salutations. Today, saving a saint. Let's get to it. Saint 14, arguably the greatest Titan there ever was, and you have an opportunity to save him as he wasn't able to save himself. Now, this whole quest line is only available in the Season of Dawn, so if we are not currently in the Season of Dawn, then you are out of luck. So if you are in the Season of Dawn, then you can follow this guide and go through and save Saint 14. Now, it will span the centuries, and it will require 2 separate game weeks in order to complete if you have not started it already. That means the first part here you'll have to do in the first game week and complete that part. You'll go back to Osiris and he'll say, hey, the sundial needs to time to recharge, so come back later. And then after the weekly reset on Tuesday, then you can complete the next week's step. Similar to how Eris would have the little memory fragments from her fire team, and you would have to complete things, and then once you did that for 1 week, you'd have to wait until the next week to get the next piece or the next fragment. Okay, the first part that we're going to talk about is getting these or destroying these Vex transformers on 3 different locations. We have Io, Nessus, and Mercury. So we're going to start on Nessus, as that one is arguably the most difficult one, and then Io and then Mercury should be the most straightforward of the 3. Now, while you're on these different locations, if you want, you can go pick up bounties from the vendors on these different planets, and you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You can get some planetary resources, you can get some experience, and you can progress this impossible task questline. But that's up to you. Now, the first one, you're going to go to the Exodus Black landing zone. Follow the left-hand cliffside until you get to that cave that goes towards the Chamber of Sky. When you get to the area underground where it has a bunch of Vex, a Minotaur, and a portal, you're in the right area. Look towards the ceiling, and that is your first transponder. The second one, you're going to fast travel to Artifact's Edge. And this one is arguably the easiest one or the most frustrating. Once you get to the Artifact's Edge, all you have to do is turn around, get with a sniper rifle or a scout rifle or something that has a decent range on it, and you should be able to see the transponder right behind where you spawn in, right at the top of that cliff. The third one, we're going to the Tangle. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to get to the nearest landing zone, either Artifact's Edge or wherever you want to go, and then make your way to the Tangle. Go towards the tree. Yeah, there's a couple trees in there, one of the big ones. And underneath the tree, you'll see your next transponder. The 4th transponder is found in the Glade of Echoes. You can go to the Exodus Black landing zone and take your Sparrow over to the Glade of Echoes. Now, over on the right-hand side on a bunch of wreckage, there are going to be several fallen, including a captain. Immediately under those enemies is going to be a small alcove, and in that alcove is the 4th transponder. So you will have to make your way a little bit over and around to get to it. You won't be able to see it from long distance. You'll actually have to get close in order to even see it. The 5th and last transponder on Nessus is in the Hallows. Make your way over to the Hallows. Preferably from Artifact's Edge. That is the most straightforward. Just go straight in. There's going to be a big hole right in the middle there. Go ahead and go down into that hole, and you make your way over onto that middle section off to the left-hand side, where there is usually a Vex public event. Once you get there, you're going to turn towards your left, towards the wall, and you're going to see your final transponder on Nessus. This one is relatively easy to see from multiple angles. It's kind of just a little bit towards the wall into a little nook, but it is sticking out, so you can see it quite a ways away. If you're looking in the general direction, it'll be very, very easy to see. All right, so now we're done with Nessus, and we're on to Io. Alright, so we're going to go to the Rupture first of all, and if, like I said, if you want to pick up those bounties you can, if not, no big deal. Head off to the right hand side where you have the Pyramidion entrance, but instead of going down into the pit, you're going to go up onto the side of the pyramid, follow the way up, and then turn around and look up, and there's your first transformer. Next, we're going to go to the Lost Oasis. Make your way over to the tree in the middle of that Lost Oasis section of the map. And as you're going up to the tree, look up slightly and you'll see your next transformer. For the next one, we're going back to the Rupture and then going to the Lost Sector, Sanctum of Bones. This is the one that looks like it's kind of over there in the Lost Oasis, but it's really in this Lost Sector. So as soon as you get into the Lost Sector, you'll see a couple of stalagmites, very large, on the left-hand side. Very, very close to the wall. What you're going to want to do is jump up on one or both of those stalagmites, and then there'll be a ledge right above that. Go ahead and get up on that ledge, and there'll be an opening and a little cave. Go in there, and you'll see your third transformer. For the fourth transformer, you're going to go back to the Lost Oasis and go towards the Terra base, Cairn. So as you're going towards the tree, to the left-hand side, there is a road that will take you to the base. Take that. Once you get into the building, you may even see it as you're coming up. Just stop on your scooter or turn around or wherever you happen to be. Go into that building. Right up on the catwalk next to some boxes is your fourth transformer. Now the last transformer on Io, you'll want to go over to the Giant Scar. Go through that building, and then off to the right hand side there'll be an entrance to the excavation site 1, 1, or 2 if you're using Roman numerals. Now this one is fairly straightforward. You just keep heading straight, go through a couple of areas. There's going to be some taken there. And then as you're going up, you're going to notice that you're very close and there is a kind of partially blocked hallway. Go ahead and go into that hallway, and just to the right hand side in there is the final transformer on Io. Alright, congratulations, you got all the ones on Nessus and Io. We only have Mercury left to do, and that one is the most straightforward of the whole bunch. There's only really one landing zone for Mercury, so that makes it pretty easy. The first one, as soon as you land in, you're going to turn around and go to the back of the tower, building, whatever you want to call it, spire. And there's going to be a big cabal, colossus, and above and towards the building is going to be your first transformer. From there, we're going to head off onto the right-hand side if you're looking back towards the gateway in the pyramid or the middle where the public event is at. On the bottom level, way over next to the cliffside, is going to be the second transponder, and you will have to drop down in order to see it. If you're ever in doubt as to where it is, you can always look at the map and see how close you are. Once you get very close to it, up or down, it'll show up on the radar, and it'll have a little caret pointing down or up if it is on a higher or lower level than what you are. Now the third one is at the portal itself, or the pyramid, or whatever you want to call it. Just look above where you normally go into those adventures on Mercury, and you'll be able to see the third transformer. The fourth transformer is on the opposite side of the map from where you are currently at. You're going to want to run over or use your Sparrow, since we can use Sparrows on Mercury now, and it's going to be right below that ledge, kind of like a burnout portal, it looks like, but it is used during the public event. Anyway, below there is a Hydra and a Radiolarian waterfall, and behind that, or in the little alcove, is the fourth transponder. Now, the very final transformer on Mercury and for this task is across the way. If you have a sniper rifle or a scout rifle, you should be able to hit it as soon as you leave that alcove. And that is it for this part. Moving on to the next part, you need to collect Vex cores and Radiolarian fluid. The one you need to kill orange and yellow bar Vex. The other one you need precision kills on Vex. So make sure that you're using an appropriate weapon, whatever feels comfortable for you, where you can get accurate shots on enemies. Whether that's a scout rifle, pulse rifle, submachine gun, bow, sniper rifle, what have you. Whatever works for you, use it. Now, the best way to do this, if there's a public event going on, you can do that. But I would recommend looking at the heroic story missions. Most of the ones involving the campaign Curse of Osiris are using Vex. And I say most of them because there are at least one that does not. So if Omega is available, that one is very good one to use. There are some other factions that are in that mission, but you're going to have some Vex. And then, of course, there's going to be a lot of Vex at the very end, right before you finish. And, of course, there's going to be a decent number of orange bars there as well. So if you are short either precision kills or elite kills, then you can use that area and just kill the ones that are there and then jump off the ledge. And then, because it's respawn restricted, you'll have to go back and do it again. You say, oh darn, I'll have to go get more Radiolarian, Vex cores and things that I actually need for this quest step. And then you're done. I mean, basically you're done with that. And now you've done the work, and now you can enjoy the fruit of that labor, which is fighting the Vex and fighting along Saint 14. Now, I'll show the mission here, and we'll go ahead and pause, and then we'll get on to the next part. Now, of course, this is the end of the first week that you can go ahead and finish. You'll have to wait for the weekly reset in order to get to the next part, the actual saving of Saint 14.
An onboard transponder is broadcasting coordinates, a path through the sundial, crossing 2 time periods. The prophecy blueprint you used to create the perfect paradox must have included this broadcast. If you can open up the initial chamber, I can align us to the first time period the broadcast is referencing. This is new. Topographical scan confirms this is Mercury circa the Dark Age. Incoming signal on an old emergency band. Hold on.
I repeat, this is Saint 14. The Fallen have overrun Zephyr Station. If you can hear this, turn back.
Saint, hold your position. You have an armed guardian incoming.
Who is this?
Just stay alive, Titan.
is lost, Guardian. Get out of here! I'll hold them off for as long as I can! The Fallen cannot be stopped! They do not negotiate! Their bargains are lies! I've watched them burn and pillage whole villages in the Cosmodrome! Ah! I've watched Drags eat children! They envy us. Their legends say the Traveler chose them before us. And they will kill. They will torture. They will maim to earn their machine god's favor. The light the Traveler gave to us, it only brings more violence. Your strength, sight, behold. What has all your strength come to? Our people are dying on Earth. They died here on Zephyr Station. I arrived with 1,000 human colonists. Mercury was supposed to be a garden war, but the facts were here first. They have murdered this planet, and this Fallen of the House of Red tracked us here all the way from the Cosmodrome. They destroyed us. Another minute and they would have eaten my ghost. Fallen are monsters.
Some are. Are you fit to fight, Titan?
I was supposed to protect these people. I should be dead.
You're stronger than you think.
Not strong enough. What is this?
The perfect paradox, built by my guardian out of spare parts, and light, and sheer will to aid you.
It's beautiful.
I probably shouldn't be showing you this, but when has that ever stopped us? This is the last safe city of humanity, hundreds of years from now. During the day, there are children laughing in the streets. When night falls, the people sleep in their homes, not against the walls, weapons in hand, like the early days.
Like my people.
These are your people, Saint. They're descendants. If you quit the fight, maybe you'll live forever. Your ghost will protect you no matter what. But this last city might never happen.
Everything I've ever built has died. I've buried most of the people I've met. I can't do this. Not anymore.
We all make our own choices. Good luck, Titan.
All right, week 2. So you went and gave Saint 14 his perfect paradox, and now you're back for more, and you have to find and place transponders on Nessus. So for the first transponder, we're going to go to the Watcher's Grave. Go off to the left-hand side. So you spawn in, you have to kind of go forward and then go into that little dip or ravine, whatever you want to call it. And then off to the left-hand side, there's going to be some platforms. Go on the platforms, and then you'll get to your first transponder location. It'll be a little circle on the ground, and that's what you're looking for. The second one, we're going to go to the Tangle. So from here, you can just take your Sparrow out of the dip and then go up and to the left, and that will take you to the Tangle. Once you get into the Tangle, you're actually not going to go to that tree. Don't waste your time because it is not there. You're going to go below. There is an area that is below that is kind of around the start area for the Insight Terminus, and that's where you want to go. And if you see that you're going into an area called the Mist, then you're heading in the right direction. Go into that area. You're going to have to go through a couple of sections until you get to a large open section with a ravine in the middle. Go across the ravine, and over to the right-hand side there is going to be another circle, and put down that transponder. The next transponder location, you're going to fast travel down to the cistern in the bottom part of the map. Go ahead and take your Sparrow over to the waterfall's edge, and not the first set of blocks, platforms, but it's the second one. Get on there and you'll see your next transponder location. The next location is going to be in the Chamber of Water. You're going to go up to Watcher's Grave landing zone, and then go off to the right hand side through the portal and go into that Chamber of Water location. Now, if you had been doing Imperial treasure bounties, this area will look very familiar to you, as there is a treasure chest that shows up here on one of those weeklies. Head towards the back of the area and there'll be another transponder location. For the final transponder location, you're going to go to the Hallows again. So make your way over from Artifact's Edge. Go down into that pit area off to the left-hand side where the public event shows up. And then you'll kind of see an area where it should be at, and it should show up on the radar. Now, it may be a little bit difficult to see how you can get to it, but if you go past it, like you're going to be going into the next area, and then onto the right-hand side, there'll be a low-hanging edge that you can grab onto and jump up to, and then just keep jumping up until you get to the top of that area, and then go back towards where you saw the marker on your radar, and that will be the final transponder location. Now, once you have all the transponder locations, you'll be asked to go and activate the Vex network that all those are pointing to. And in order to do that, you'll need to go to the Pools of Luminance, which means you're going to go fast travel down to the cistern. Once you get there, you're going to go like you're going to the public event that show up in the area, but instead, so you're going to turn right, get on your Sparrow, go down the hill, you'll see the road, and then once you get to the bend in the road, you'll turn to your right, go through that cave area, and then you'll go into the Pools of Luminous. Make your way up through those different areas until you get to a Vex Hydra. Take out the Vex Hydra and the enemies that are in that section, and you'll see a spire, a Vex Spire. Go up to the Vex Spire, and that will activate the portal. Go through the portal, and then you'll get to an area that is dimly lit, and it has something important. Go back and talk to Osiris, and then he'll have you complete another task to reactivate the sundial and travel through time. The next step has you collecting orbs, using supers, and killing guardians. So you'll either have to go into Gambit or Crucible and kill 25 guardians. It should be straightforward enough. And then once you go ahead and do that, once you get your guardian kills, the rest of it you can do outside of Gambit and Crucible. So you can go and do supers anywhere, and those will count towards the completion. Once you have all that done, you are ready to go and save Saint 14, and we'll show that here. But that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and we'll see you next time.
I've killed enough of you to end the war. And you took my light. I guess that makes us even. What are you waiting for? Last words? Finish it, you cowards!
Now, where are we? Let's see. Topographical readouts match near-present Mercury. This is before I found you. And after Saint 14 launched his last mission to find Osiris.
Guardian, you're back. Just in time. I was about to send my ghost away. I'm afraid that Martyrmind has taken my light. But now that you're here, these facts go. Even more vicious than I remember! Once I get out of this stupid trap, we will crush them together! Very aggressive! I like that! Run, legs, run away! Even more vicious than I remember! my friend! I'm trapped, not dead! Spectacular! Amazing! Amazing! You are even more vicious than I remember! Thanks for me, my friend. I'm trapped, not dead. Two for one! I can feel the light in my bones. Martyr Might, time to die! It's been a long time, my friend. I've chased your memory for centuries. You should go now. Those who could kill me are dead. You've made sure of that.
And what if the Vex take your light again?
Impossible. It cost them everything to build the Martyr Mine. When you crushed it, they were doomed.
You want us to leave you? You'll be stuck here for years.
You've both done plenty. Just open the Infinite Forest Gate. I'll meet you the long way around, at the entrance. What's a few more years of fighting Vax?
If we did this right, Saint should be waiting for us in the forest. Let's hope he's still alive.
My name is Saint 14. They call me the greatest Titan who ever lived. But I would be dead if not for you. Since the day I met you, I swore I would make it my duty to follow your example. I'm still trying.